Good evening. I'm Yodit Tewolde, and this is Making the Case. We start tonight in Atlanta. There's continuing outrage over cell phone video that shows a police sergeant kicking a black woman in the head while she's laying face down on the ground in cuffs. We first reported the case last night. The sergeant has been suspended without pay, and his partner has been reassigned to desk duty. The woman in the video has been identified as Ashley Cooley. Tonight we speak with her attorney, Gerald Griggs. We'll also discuss another case that Gerald Griggs is working on in his capacity as vice president of the Atlanta chapter of the NAACP. Gabriel Parker died after a shooting at a block party this past Saturday. Police were called to the party and fired shots, which witnesses say killed Parker, who at the time was trying to break up a fight. The police department admit there was an officer-involved shooting, but haven't specifically confirmed that a police officer did in fact shoot and kill Parker. Our guest says both cases are indicative of the culture of violence and racism within the Atlanta Police Department. Attorney and Vice President of the Atlanta NAACP, Gerald Griggs, joins me now. Gerald, great to have you back.
Great to be back, and thank you for having me.
All right, let's start with Ashley Cooley, the woman who was viciously kicked in the head by a sergeant. How is she doing tonight?
She's doing as well as can be expected. You know, she's still recovering from her injuries, and she's still trying to process everything that happened in that situation.
Mm-hmm. Now, witnesses tell you the video doesn't necessarily capture the entire incident. Can you tell us, or at least walk us through exactly what Ashley and those witnesses had said happened?
Yes, we're in the process of securing all witness testimony, but what we know so far is that there was an incident that happened outside of her home with other civilians. The police were called. The police detained Ashley. She willingly got on the ground there and was handcuffed. And then you see her interacting with the police. Ultimately, she raised up. There's an allegation that she spit on one of the officers and he kicked her in the face. That's when the video ends. But the neighbor who caught the video also says that she was kicked down the hill and there was an interaction there. None of this is indicative of what should happen in regular policing in the city of Atlanta. And it's appalling and shocking. And we just hope that the police chief will do the right thing. This particular officer's already been suspended without pay. We fully expect that other action will be taken. The other officer's been placed on desk duty. We're focused on Ashley recovering, but we also want justice for her. She needs to be vindicated. We want that officer fired, and we want him charged.
Right. So that was my next question. You obviously want to see these officers fired and criminally charged. Two things we typically don't see happen. So what are the chances of that happening?
I think there's a high likelihood of that happening because it was all caught on cell phone footage. We would have never known about this situation with Ashley if it wasn't for that brave neighbor that was recording. This officer actually tried to deny the fact that he kicked Ashley in the face, and then subsequently she rolled down the hill. But because of the cell phone footage and the witness testimony, we all know that to be true. And so we're hopeful that in the review by Internal Affairs, they will find all of his actions are reprehensible, terminate him, and formally charge him with a crime.
Now, Gerald, I understand that you and your client have a meeting with representatives of the Atlanta Police Department. What is the objective of that meeting?
We've already met with the chief. He's indicated that he has expedited this investigation with Internal Affairs, and we're hopeful at the resolution of that investigation, this officer will be terminated. But we will continue to press forward, demanding charges and demanding a swift resolution to this issue.
All right, we're going to keep an eye on the developments in that case, but let's turn to the case of Gabriel Parker, which you're involved in within your capacity as vice president of the Atlanta NAACP. Now, Gabriel was shot and killed over the weekend, and investigators will only confirm that an Atlanta officer fired his weapon after encountering men with guns at a block party. Now, we know Gabriel died from a gunshot wound, but state investigators handling the case won't confirm exactly who's responsible. Is this intentional on the part of the department, or is it just too early to confirm whether police killed Gabriel?
I think at this point, and we are still in our preliminary investigations as the NAACP, But what we know is that there was a block party for Bowen Homes Day. Bowen Homes is a former Atlanta project that is right down the street from this incident. There were 1,000 people in the parking lot. Some way the police made contact with the crowd, and then there's an allegation of shots being fired, and that's where the story diverges. We've talked to witnesses. We're in the process of gathering other evidence. We've heard from the police. We are trying to get to the bottom of what actually happened. But what we do know is that weapons were discharged and Mr. Parker was shot. Witnesses believe that he was shot by law enforcement. The medical examiner will actually have to confirm that. So we're in the process of gathering all that information and supporting the family of Mr. Parker. So we're going to get to the bottom of what happened.
Well, tell us more about Mr. Parker. I mean, we obviously know that he was a father. You've spoken to his loved ones. What else did they tell you about him?
They say he's a father, he's a husband, he's a cousin. He was a productive member of the community there in Atlanta, Georgia. He was merely there to be a part of the gathering for Bowen Homes Day. There was indication from the witnesses he was dancing and having a good time when the shots allegedly rang out. Some witnesses say he was not armed. There are other allegations that there may have been weapons involved. Again, we're still in the process of gathering all the facts, but what we do know is that he was struck and killed at that incident, and we have some grave concerns about who shot him and why.
Let's take a look at a statement that the Atlanta Police Chief Rodney Bryant released about this case. It reads in part, "I am aware that there are many false narratives being shared on social media that will impact the trust we have worked so hard to build." He goes on to say, "As tragic as this incident is, it's clear that members of the APD responded with rapid intervention during an active shooter situation. It is my belief that the actions of our officers reduced the potential for further harm." Now, Chief Bryant took the helm at APD last summer in the wake of the Rayshard Brooks killing. You've talked to the chief. What do you make of his response to this case, and how is he doing in his role as chief?
Well, he's been chief for almost a year now. And we're in the process of finding out, how he's going to handle situations like this. We worked with the previous chief and had some grave concerns about her handling of the Jimmy Atchison shooting, the Oscar Kane shooting, and then, of course, Rayshard Brooks. And so she resigned, and this chief was made an interim chief and now is a permanent chief. And we're willing to work with him and listen to him as we go through this investigation. But we also are concerned about the needs of the family, and we want to make sure the family understands what's happening, that law enforcement gets in touch with the family and provides all of the evidence they possibly can. And once the family is satisfied, then we will take whatever action we need to. But right now we're in the evidence gathering stage, and we're talking to all witnesses, and we will get to the bottom of what happened.
Now, there's obviously a bigger issue at play here, right? Beyond these two cases. Tell me more about the culture within the Atlanta Police Department.
Yeah, we believe there's a culture of police brutality. We've been talking about this for years, even before the situation that happened with George Floyd. In Atlanta, you had Katherine Johnson, you had Alexia Christian, you had Jamarian Robinson, of course you had Jimmy Atchison and Oscar Kane and Kane Rogers, and ultimately you had Rayshard Brooks. And these cases continue to build on themselves. In Fulton County, where a majority of Atlanta sits, there have been 97 cases of police brutality that have gone unaddressed. Many of those are with Atlanta police officers, some of which are still on the force. We saw what happened with Officer Garrett Rolfe being allowed to come back onto active duty and being paid, even though he's on suspended leave. We need to get a resolution of these cases. Atlanta has a police brutality problem, and it's bigger than just Mr. Parker. It's bigger than just Ms. Cooley. It is a systemic issue that must be addressed. It must be addressed with reform. We're hopeful that the chief is dedicated to making those changes, but we will hold him and the administration accountable because this continues to happen.
Attorney in Atlanta, NAACP Vice President Gerald Griggs, always great having you on, sir. Thank you.